by giving a look back to the sideline.
Late toss to Love. He goes up and over. Said he wouldn't do it because of the knee. He's just hurdled somebody in the 6th different game this year. Only 2 yards.
Yeah,
My goodness.
He broke his own rule. I mean, this young man's incredible. And way less than 100% on that right leg. Goes up and over the top of the outstanding Kobe King. And
took off on the left leg.
I mean, he just floats in the air, man. Incredible.
And put the finishing touches on a 10-win season. And they'll pick it up and then some. McCray running for daylight. Down to the 24.
You have to make those decisions, and then vice versa. If you're a smaller program, it's not Clemson, you might offer that high school kid $1 million.
How about this into the end zone? And really, what a nice payoff for Garrison Johnson, who has had an outstanding game here today against Clemson.
Horvath pulls it on first down. Horvath pulls Brody again. Gets a block at the 40. Blake Horvath running away from the Tigers defense inside the 10. Touchdown. Blake Horvath. 90 yards.
It's just a guy deciding I won't be tackled. He fakes the ball. He sees there's nobody accounting for him. He runs to the backside. Everything is going to his left. He goes to the right, a wide open.
First things first, Western Kentucky trying to make something happen here before the break. Elijah Young, he's got some room to run. Across midfield, hurling a flame and taking a shot down inside the 40.
Back to the 80s when in the old Edwin Moses hurdle right here. This was like not the high hurdle. This is just coming right, bam, old school hurdle right there. Great job, great run by Elijah. And once again, that's where it is.
And in motion, and they hand it. A big run here, crease up the seam, and how about Kevon King? Can he outleg the secondary? Yes, an 82-yard sprint to the end zone.
For the mids. And a fake. Navy has it for a first down and a lot more. How about a big man rumbling down the far side and some love for Mr. Bear Hug, Landon Robinson.
Landon Robinson, his dad, Lance, went to Kent State, was on the gymnast team there, and he's running like he's about to do a triple, I don't even know what gymnasts do, but, you know, triple flips, things like that. Look at him, and he tries to juke out the punt returner, Sean Atkins, lowers the shoulder.
Boise State back on offense. Ashton Jeanty, breaks free. Has a player tracking him down. It's TJ Smith. Can he get to him? Jeanty, touchdown. Get out of town. 75 yards. A new school record. 6 touchdowns today.
Everything he can. So we talked about the big linebacker, Davon Gilmore. He's just hitting the A-gap. He crushes the A-gap. Jeanty pushes, sees that, has the vision to slide to the left. He does, and just gives everything he has down this left sideline to get in. He dives right here. Clearly a touchdown. Good call.
Scattaboo, there it is. Nice big hole for Cam Scattaboo, who stays on his feet. Big bruising Cam. Chunk play, Scattaboo.
Patience there, and you see the vision there in the lateral cuts. He's 15 pounds lighter than he was a year ago. He's running faster.
Colorado State's inability to get any sort of offensive momentum.
How about this from Kevin Davis? He's off to the races. The 30, the 20. Snoop with 2 G's.
To Hershey, and they have Parker Lewis, who has a strong leg. Lewis handles the kickoffs. Here is Scattaboo. Contact, balance, stays on his feet, and rumbles into the end zone. You want to stay boxing analogies? Rumble, young man, rumble. What a run by Cam Scattaboo. The head coach told us, yards after contact. I mean, he has taken on defenders. making a miss, and then Derrick Henry stiff arm, baby. What a run. And he stayed in bounds. Yes. And that's all they could possibly be.
Eastern bringing some pressure.
Ramser skirts away from the tacklers, stays on his feet across the 50, knocks over a man at the 40. Hard-nosed run-in from Caleb Ramser. 33 yards on the ground for the Wolfpack.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Staying on his feet, spinning out of tackles.
What a day for the Wolfpack run game. That puts them over 300 yards on the ground.
Figure out what you're doing at the quarterback position going forward. Arroyo shuffled into motion. They need 2 yards to get that. A first down run by Martinez. And Martinez rumbles his way inside the 35.
Josh Kelly was about 30% of the receiving yards. And obviously Taj Brooks. But Jacoby Williams into the clear, into the Memphis Night. Texas Tech with its first touchdown of the ball game.
They've had some missed assignments. Thomas, left side run. Nice blocking. Thomas, there he goes down the sideline. Turns on the Jets. And tripped up around the 20. A big gain. Eric Butler saved the touchdown.
Likes to use his legs when he gets flushed out. On 2nd and 7, Genty breaks through, and Genty to the 40. Genty's gone. Ashton Genty, 61 yards. Blink of an eye. Video game numbers.
And what's so fun about it too, Joe, is that everybody's alive for the playoff as long as you're in contention to win your conference.
There's Mr. Contact Balance again. Look at Scattaboo go. Tripped up just inside the 20. What an unbelievable first half by Scattaboo.
Iowa State, I mean, you got to invite friends to the party if you're going to tackle Scattaboo. I mean, you got to invite every contact in your phone.
There is no foul on the play. That's an Arizona State player towel.
And Tyler Shuck, an 1,000-yard rusher. There goes Brown. It's a foot race down the sideline, and he will win.
Here's the reverse, and it's Arian Smith. And he's got a lot of room in front. Arian Smith lowers the shoulder and is down near the 20-yard line.
Jones this way that gets all of this fast flow from Georgia Tech going the backside. And then they bring the reverse with Arian Smith. And how about Xavier Truss? 6'7", 320-pound right tackle. Look at big fella, 73.
You want to catch the rock, too. So 14 catches on the year for the young man.
Levante Somerset, a shake. Now Somerset goes into a different gear. And Somerset shows his strength like he did on his touchdown run in the first half.
To the near side with Bothwell along the right side, and it will be Fluff with the call, and Fluff with the touchdown. Nobody touched him. Second touchdown of the day for Fluff Bothwell, and the Jags are back on top.
You'll see the kick-out block on Alexander right here. Not on Alexander. And it's not Carney. I apologize. Let me give credit.
The quarterback, so to speak, on the defensive side for East Carolina. Woodson fakes the sweep. Wow. Breaks a tackle. There is that power and that athleticism from Braxton Woodson.
DeWosier on third down. DeWosier breaks loose again. How about DeWosier? Greg DeWosier entered the game with 3 touchdowns on the season.
Riley Leonard and the Irish from their own 2. Jeremiah Love breaks free. Jeremiah Love trying to go 98. Touchdown! What a run! In the first touchdown
just watch his left tackle, Anthony Knapp, working against the All-Big Ten defender, Mikhail Kamara. He was able to turn him back inside, which allowed a big void between him and the tight end. That's exactly where Love went, and he was out the gate.
Joseph turning and going. Don't worry about fourth down. He'll get it on third down. Just short of the end zone, marked at the 1.
Be surprised if they run the ball. They run quarterback draw, which has worked for them all day long. Colton Joseph making guys miss. Great effort play right there by Mike Green.
Hardy gets the call. Boy, he bounces off a couple of tacklers, and Hardy's gone. 30, 20, 10, touchdown. 72 yards for the true freshman.
Came here to play for Lane Kiffin, knowing how he develops quarterbacks. And they keep it on the ground. And a huge hole for Ulysses Bentley. Here he goes. Bentley straight down the middle of the field. From the doghouse to the end zone. An 89-yard sprint.
LSU trying to get off the field here. Both Haynes and Miller in the backfield. First time we've seen this look. And now Miller motions out. Milroe just takes off. Guess what? Quarterback run. Jalen Milroe to sprint. Number 4 with his 4th rushing touchdown. 72 yards. A dagger to the Tigers' hopes. And Milroe.
They're going to end up motioning Miller out. And you can see a linebacker follow him. But when you follow him, see him pointing, little hesitation. Now look at that backside. Now that back to left is good. 22 is going to lead the way. Picks up that safety, and now it's speed. I mean, that's 60 yards. He's just outrunning everybody on that LA.
By the big left tackle, who's a great pass protector.
Genty breaking a tackle with that stiff arm, takes a little stutter step, picks up a first down, cuts it back inside. Ashton Genty trying to turn on the gas, spinning into the end zone. My goodness, are you serious?
At both these teams, and talking to them before the ball game today, and here's straight ahead running. Oh my, Dylan Edwards creases the Knights, and he's going to score. What a run. 65 yards for Dylan Edwards and a touchdown.
Field. Nice little guard tackle counter with the back going opposite. Dylan Edwards, all 5'9", 169 pounds. Outrunning everybody.
Masco.
Joseph will pull it, and it pays off with a big, gaping hole. Colton Joseph speeding towards the 10-yard line.
1st and 10. This is Thomas. Star Thomas into the secondary, near side, and knocked out of bounds at the 15.
218 pounds. He's a physical dude with good vision. Arnold again, keeper. Jackson Arnold into the secondary. It's a sprint, and they finally tackle him at the 22.
Pavia's got it, and he's got plenty of room. Diego Pavia weaves his way towards midfield. That's a 35-yard run for Diego Pavia.
Pressure's picked up. Green will go. Green shaking loose. First down and more. Taylon Green cutting it to the end zone. Touchdown! 1st and 10 from the 40. Zone read. Gordon, patience in a burst. Gordon, look at him gallop. Pushed out of bounds. They'll mark him out at the 7-yard line. Baskerville.
Jordan Waters in the backfield in the end zone. Bailey will hand it off to him. Waters breaks through. Gets through again. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? No! Touchdown! 94 yards!
For this NC State football team. This offensive line getting the movement. Jordan Waters, great cut. And just
exploding. Find two defenders, split those two defenders, and Jordan Walker's showing off the speed in the open field.
Gordon trying to get downhill. Gordon! There's the All-American. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Right side of the offensive line, really setting the edge, getting to the second level with Gordon, and then he says bye-bye. And this is the talent that he brings to the table. When you give him care.
At points in his Kansas career. Now Neal is back there himself, and he's going to go down the sideline. Another big play. Man, back and forth.
On Williams and Cam Cook in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Williams. Now he reverses field. He gets a block from his quarterback. Williams gets to the outside. Inside the 10-yard line. Finally wrestled down by Dalton Johnson.
And Jackson Dart in a situation like this.
And he's going to run it. Straight quarterback run. There goes Jackson Dart. Across the 50. All the way to the 40-yard line. A late flag thrown on the sideline.
Simon 6 for 13 on the delay. Middleton ducks one defender. He's got room. Second level run by Antoine Littleton.
You have to just do this. You have to get some tempo, have a sense of urgency about you if you're going to do it.
186 second half yards.
That's why you're running.
There goes Smothers. Smothers, diced, covered. That second half running game for the Wolfpack, and they've taken the lead with a minute half left.
Well, and that's why they're bringing pressures. And all of a sudden, if they pressure and they hit the wrong gap, you can crease a long run.
Didn't hit a deep shot against Texas. He was almost perfect against Tennessee and Oregon. Haven't had to employ that tonight. Judkins breaks free. Quinshon Judkins hits a sprint. And they'll finally run him down at the 5. An explosive play for Ohio State. Pick it up where they left off. Grab 70 right there.
On 2nd and 9. And that opens up a huge hole for Perry. And he is off to the races. Lincoln Perry takes it to the house. 73-yard run, and he launches it into the stands.
There are always options. And you watch Jameson, not only options about who to, well, holy cow.
Picked the good option that time. Wong on the move, and he's inside the Penn territory.
And now they go end around with Bond. Isaiah Bond, the end around, and look at Bond! Turning it on, and a stiff arm for extra yardage.
3rd and short. Keeper, Aguilar. He started the game with his legs, and he's going to break a big one. Joey Aguilar has been a weapon on the ground, and on 3rd and 2, he breaks off 49.
Run by Bailey. 4 receivers on the draw. It's Tyler Jefferson. And he's got this ability. He's elusive on his feet. Into plus territory. Down the sideline inside the 30-yard line. There is the big play that the Chippewas were looking for.
He's going to be dependent on heavily for Brandon Lewis to make plays in this ball game.
Remember, Nevada this year has been excellent at end of first half drives. Have another opportunity here. Brandon Lewis, all the room, zigzags, and dives to the 25.
Blake Horvath pulls it, and he gets the edge. Blake Horvath finishes his run into plus territory at Maxahoya.
Put their money on DJ Uyunglele, and it didn't pay off. And that was a massive miss in the offseason for Florida State.
Look at this. Hampton is continuing his
Amazing day, way inside of Florida State territory. A flag to boot on the back end of it.
That's the one guy you shouldn't underthrow. One of the fastest players on the team, Monterey Baldwin. Back into the belly of Pendergrass. And Dawson Pendergrass has another crease. Oh, how about that move? Pendergrass inside the 20, and he runs out of gas near the 12.
Well, this is huge for both teams on how they manage this.
Quick handoff, Simmons! And he is dragged down, or it would have been a house call.
3rd and 9 for Alabama State. Out of the timeout. Kareem Key hands it off. And there it is, wide open in the middle of the field. That's Kuykendall. And that is going to seal the deal. Jabari Kuykendall.
And this team ran for an FBS record 421 yards for this program. Now they go to Robinson. Robinson with the cut. It's a foot race to the end zone. Hello, Mr. Robinson. Touchdown, UConn. 68 yards.
Well, Jordan, that's how they get the run game going.
They've been bringing pressure a lot these last few drives. Showing it again here.
They run it. Harris breaks free, has the first down, makes a man miss. It's a foot race. Rajay Harris, 86-yard touchdown. I was the guy who hired him. Of course I like Bobby Petrino. He's going to help us win some ball games this year. Green escapes the sack. Decides to tuck and run, showing off the wheels once again. Makes two-man miss. Taylon Green trying to get to the end zone. He does!
Can Milroe and the Crimson Tide get it going? Handoff left side, no. It's a reverse and a hurdle by Rico Scott. Across midfield, beautiful run. Gets knocked out of bounds, but in Michigan territory.
Crimson Tide offense needed. You're going to see a great block by 72. Parker Brailsford, the center for Alabama, and that's truly who sparks Scott. Then Scott shows off his wheels on the first explosive play for the Crimson Tide today. And
offensively, you really started moving the ball a little bit against one of the best teams in the entire country.
Yeah, I mean, let's make no mistake. There's no moral victories, but there are learning opportunities. There's another big play here by the Coyotes.
And into the end zone, and a touchdown. A touchdown for the quarterback that has come in for South Dakota. That is Nevin Cremascoli.
Hoping for a score here to get right back in the game. Make it a one-score game. A long handoff. Gave it to Hunter. They did not get him down. Touchdown. Jarquez Hunter. After Jonel Aguero whiffed on the near sideline. Senior from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Jarquez Hunter. Bulldogs talked yesterday about how hard he is to bring down, and that was on display right there.
On second down, Tice makes the cut, bounce off a tackler, gets the first down and more, and he's going to hit pay dirt. Touchdown, Coyotes.
Travis Tice is like a ping pong ball. He's just bouncing off of defenders, breaking foot tackles, bring him down.
Yeah, there's no more predictable down, Scotty, than second down after an incomplete on first down. You usually run the ball, and it seemed like the Racers were in good position there.
That's Jamori Holsclaw. He was tackled by Eric Horn on the play. Second down coming up for Alabama State. Hand it off once again, and check this out here. All the way down the sideline for Alabama State. That is a Holsclaw, and Holsclaw picking up major yardage for the Hornets all the way down to inside the 5-yard line.
Seal that edge on the right side. They get him, and then all he has to do is make that first defender miss, and then it is off to the races. Almost a touchdown. Good run from
the backfield with Hampton. Good pocket on 3rd and 6, but nowhere to go with the football, so Hampton takes off, runs across the 35, across the 50. Hampton, not known for his speed.
And in order for them to get back in this game, Tyler Shuck's going to have to have the best half of his season.
Brown finds a crease. Home run speed, he's got it! Into the red zone and holds on to the football in spite of the fact that Deuce Harmon tried to rip it away.
Puda had his hands up too high.
Play fake. Stewart. Huff charges straight up the middle. Big pickup and then some here for Tyler Huff, who's still going. Tyler Huff all the way to the end zone. Out at the 1.
Here's the big play. Tyler Huff comes down the middle, wide open. And look at this guy, contact. He's looking for contact. Look back, get off me. And look how he finishes.
Lee Beebe did not flinch, busting that long run. How can you finish those drives?
Yeah, we've had, we felt like we got held on the first one. The last one, we got to make a play. You know, we haven't made enough plays in the tight red. We got to make plays. They made the play, we didn't.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys in the booth.
And just making another play for the other guys.
Boucher, there's the pitch.
That's a nice read.
That's Calvert, and Calvert breaks loose, and he scores. No settling for 3. That's 6, and a possible 2-point conversion, 37 yards.
He pulls it here, boom. Got a defender in his face right away, no problem. Executes the pitch to Aiden Calvert, and
Sama!
he's
got a chance! Abu Sama! Touchdown, Iowa State!
Need about a half yard here on 4th. Milroe, keeper. First down and more. Tight roping down the sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable start for Milroe in this offense. 36-yard lightning strike.
Right back to Rodgers. Gets away from a shoestring tackle, and Rodgers is going to run in the end zone. So a 29-yard scamper on the touchdown run for Rodgers to put the exclamation point on for UNM.
that's great speed for anybody on the field, especially for a quarterback.
Pulls it out. On the scramble, Klubnik using his speed again, broke a tackle, directing traffic, touchdown Tigers! Well, Quinn talked about his speed a moment ago. He might have hit 22 or 23 this time, Roddy.
He hit everything he needed, directing traffic, telling guys where to go, throw blocks. I'm not sure he needed it. Stanford goes man-to-man on the back end and do a really good job in coverage. But the quarterback breaks contain. There's nobody there for Cade Klubnik.
Yeah,
shows off the wheels into the end zone.
David Bailey.
The receivers, he's a late scratch, so expect to see more of Mekhi Muse all over the field. Here's a run. Stacy Snead changes course, and Snead, what kind of speed do you got? Snead across the 50, and he steps out of bounds. That's a big-time play. Pushed out of bounds.
For Kent State, and Eastern Michigan's not too much better.
Power football up that right side. Mims scoots to the outside to the 5, barrels over a defender, touchdown. Delbert Mims, he's ready for some action today.
Mosey takes another handoff. Big hole, makes a man miss, and he could be gone. Keon Mosey inside the 20, finally dragged down at the 10. If not for the hustle of the fastest defender for UMass Lake Essel.
How important is this coming off a defensive stop?
No doubt.
You look at that scoreboard, you got to get something out of it.
Reverse, and there's nobody over there.
Ife Adeyu, plenty of running room inside the 30, 25 down at the 20.
Reach that point total in this game, although there's still plenty of time left.
If Cooper has anything to say about it,
Off the left side, Cooper stays in bounds and finally rumbles out near the 20.
Second down and 10. Back to the ground game. And O.J. Arnold, look out! Inside the 15, goodbye touchdown.
Great cut.
Game changer. They do snap it. And it's a first down and more. There goes Claiborne. Does he have the speed to get to the pylon? He does. 60 yards.
Breaking tackles again, and getting free is Giddens. He's got his eyes on the end zone, and he'll get there for the touchdown.
Three tackles for a loss, all on run plays so far by this Wolfpack defense. Into the hands of Brown, and he breaks it to the outside. He's inside the 30, the 20, the 15, and chucked down at the 12-yard line for Antonio Brown.
It was a loss of 2. Edwards is the back. Bunch formation to the short side of the field. They hand it to Edwards. Edwards one-on-one in space. The stiff arm gets to the edge. Kicking it into another gear. Edwards racing towards the pylon. Touchdown, UConn.
In my opinion, that's a touchdown. Tough tackle in open field. He's got great speed. The stiff arm and the effort at the end.
Most returning starters in college football for Virginia Tech. Handoff, Tootin breaks the tackle. He could go. Bayshore Tootin, 55-yard house call. And bouncing off defenders to do it, to get himself free. Nice job up front by the offensive line, Chapman and Stick. And I mean, it's just then a foot race. Mario Noah.
I'm retiring from cheesesteaks after this trip. Great city, great food, great run right up the middle, first down. Still going. Udo. Touchdown.
Second and 9, a fake of a jet sweep, and now there goes Johnson. Johnson to the sideline, and a good angle taken by the last hope for BYU. Tanner Wall, who forced him out of bounds, but a gain of 30.
Purdue only 8. So they try to get going, and there's a great run from Mockabee. Look at this. Well, that's an explosive offensive play that's going to cross midfield for Devin Mockabee, 28 yards.
And a little kind of zone run, and then great blocking down the field.
Well, Jackson has the ball to start things out here in this drive. Big give. J.D. Martin still with a run out to midfield.
Well, play clock getting deep, down to 5 seconds. It's a quarterback run. Robertson using his size to break free. Now his foot on the gas, and he's gone.
You don't see teams go for it this deep often. Owens, first down and more, breaks a tackle to the 30. He's off to the races, 50, 40. Owens hauled down from behind at the 29-yard line by Mitchell.
Goodness.
Back at the 27-yard line.
A beautiful move by K.J. Owens.
He's a leader on this football team, and that was a tough injury for him.
So Ashford is making his first start in a Carolina uniform, and he is a powerful runner. Gets to the outside and out near midfield. Robbie Ashford. Passing is not his strength, certainly running.
Now Lucian Anderson, the redshirt freshman, in at quarterback. The big-time athlete. Here's the reverse, some trickery. Raheem Smith gets a block, steps on the gas, he's gone! Touchdown, Bowling Green! The trickery pays off!
And watch the block at the top by Lucian Anderson right here.
bang. He's the one that springs that play and allows Smith to hit pay dirt. What an exceptional call you bring in.
Third down, up the gut goes McGill. McGill, what a cut. Dragging defenders into the end zone for a touchdown.
Tempo.
3rd and 2. It's Noel again. Breaks free. Watch out. He can fly. And he's down inside the 5. The ball did come out, but it was the ground that caused it. 1st and goal, Missouri.
Dealing with the hay at 86 years old. They are tough as can be. Mekhi Bernard on the run, keeps his feet and breaks away. Look out, Bernard, hesitation down the sideline. Mekhi Bernard embracing the ball down to the 25 to hang on. A 61-yard run.
3rd and 2. Big gap, and this could be a home run hitter for Jaden Credle. In a foot race, touchdown, Middle Tennessee.
Is going to get an amazing block from guess who? Michael Prowl, the umpire, who ends up getting a block on the safety coming down there, and then Credle is just off to the races. What a start.
3rd down and a yard, a big one. And they've got it, and then some. Mullings dragging Trojans, broke free. Mullings in the clear. It's a foot race. He'll get tracked down, but he comes up with the biggest play of the day, other than his 50-plus yard touchdown run earlier.
Room to run on the outside for Wabuko. In a foot race, he wins it. 57 yards for the redshirt sophomore from Austin, Texas.
And the best defense for Drake to this point today. Dorian Boylan finds a little room off the right side into the open field. Boylan inside the 15 and forced out of bounds. Somebody took a shot there, and another flag comes in. Contact here, but it's going to add insult to injury on what was the best offensive play of the day for Drake.
NC State trying to blitz. Maffa runs right by it. Maffa down the sideline and out of bounds near the 45.
Yeah, he does a great job of going through his progression and putting the ball only where his guys could get it.
Hampton on the right side. He's got it alley to the end zone, and he scores a touchdown. 28-yard scamper for Amarion Hampton, and North Carolina takes the lead.
Now they settle down with another handoff. Sherrod galloping through the middle of the field. How about this stiff arm? All the way inside the 30. DeMarcus Crosby just would not let go. Wow, the starting center was out, so you got your backup, Julian Polendo, in there. Watch him get up to the second level and get the block here that springs the run. Does a great job displacing the linebacker and opening up a big hole for Malik Sherrod.
We were told he's feeling as well as he has all season, and doesn't it show tonight?
Purdy and Knight in the backfield for the Dukes. Thompson in motion to the right side. Barnett all day to throw. Now the pressure comes. Flushed out. He's going to tuck it and run. A lot of green grass for him. And he gets it to the end zone for a touchdown. A 27-yard score.
And picking up that 3rd down conversion.
Wilson Pat Henry's become more and more of a factor, particularly in the run game. Here's Klubnik off to the races. They pick up right where they left off against Appalachian State. 55 yards and a touchdown.
Left tackle are blocking and kicking out those linebackers, which allows plenty of room for Cade Klubnik to hit that hole and take off into the open field. Just a terrific start for the Clemson Tigers.
Mizzou 4 straight wins to start the season. Gritty victories against BC and Vanderbilt in overtime. Carroll to the perimeter. Marcus Carroll still on his feet to the end zone. And he stays in bounds for the touchdown.
Conde Udo feature back here. Stewart in motion. The little freeze option runs.
Breaks a tackle. Bryson Daly is loose. Looking for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Army. What a start for the Black Knights.
Why not? Tomato juice, Candyman, Scatterboo! Scatterboo, big time run, big time player in a big game, a big conference game. And all the way to the house. Can he hit the home run on each? Absolutely he can. He's hit 2 tonight. Sixers touchdown runs of 50 and 47, 156 yards.
Everything he can possibly get on each play.
Fake. Cornell fakes it, and it's successful. Very successful. The Big Red get a big play when they needed it most. Robert Tucker took the snap. It was sold by the punter, McCarter.
It's a completely different field than it did first couple of weeks of the season since he's taken over. And now his backup, Logan Smothers, showing what he can do. Goodbye. Touchdown. You called it, Coach.
Only 2 Arkansas players with a hand in the dirt on this 3rd down. They try to run for it, and breaking free. Dylan Sampson in a foot race. Drag down inside the 5. Finally, an electric play for this Vols offense. Slaughter saved the touchdown, but 53-yard burst.
And look at Scatterboo breaks loose.
Wow. Is he something special or what?
And Johnson burst out of there. They're in field goal range now. Inside the 25.
Look out. This is where he's really tough. He's really tough, can negotiate. Picking him up, putting him down. He is a fire plug. Jalen Jackson.
Get it off in time. Hardy, finally a hole. Runs right through it, steps on the gas, and scores! Untouched! Touchdown, ULM!
Had a very good season. Missed a couple games due to injury. They will run it on 2nd and 4. And Blue breaks free past the 40. The race is on. Blue inside the 10. All the way for the Texas touchdown. 77 yards.
But they hadn't done much on the ground in this game.
Oh, look at Arch Manning. Oh, hit him with the 2-step. Arch Manning, touchdown.
Yes. So the scouting report for Arch Manning makes a man miss in the open field and then turns on the Jets. How about 16 and burnt orange?
No turnovers in this game on either side. It's just been a really well-played game. In the 4th quarter, Malott keeps it. There goes Tommy Malott with all that speed. Got a block down the sideline. Touchdown, Tommy.
Another design run for Leonard. Weaving through the traffic. Riley Leonard with the biggest play so far, and then it looked like they grabbed his face mask.
His upper back, his upper vertebrae, those are 2 big guys to be out for Oregon right now. I'll try to keep you updated.
And the bad news gets worse. Trevion Henderson is loose down the sidelines, all the way to the end zone. It's a Crimson avalanche here in Pasadena, 66 yards.
It's been 11 seconds, and here's the counter. They ran this, I think, 18 times against Tennessee. Pulling the backside guard, pulling the backside tackle. In order to do that, you need good blocks on the front side, and now you get him in space. It's secondary. They've had a rough day just trying to defend the speed of Ohio State and Jeremiah Smith in the passing game. Now you got to come up and run support and deal with this guy.
Not a lot of downside to stopping the clock. 3rd and 1. Milroe will keep it, and Jalen Milroe is going to bounce it right side, get to the corner, to the 40, to the 50, into Michigan territory. Well, there's your downside.
Stands out. They get bigger here. They run the ball on 1st down. Carson Hansen steps through a tackler, takes it to midfield. It is a 28-yard rip.
At all these bodies over here, a big surface, and they're just going to wash this defensive line down. Create a big hole, pull the guy from the backside, and Carson Hansen out the gate.
So guy Steve
on either side of Blake Horvath. Horvath will pull it from Heidenreich, and an open field for Blake Horvath. Yes, he can run all the way down the field. Give that middle just short. Now 94 yards from Horvath.
Yeah, to me, it's a touchdown from that angle.
And they're going to hand to Raymond. A little sprint draw here, and it's paying money. Out to midfield comes Raymond. Antoine Raymond in a foot race at the 25. A stiff arm inside the 15. Pushed out of bounds at the 10 by B.J. Payne.
Texas High School Coaching Association. This guy still loves everything about it. McCown calls his own number inside the 10. Look at that effort. Touchdown. Wow.
Goal line.
Before that, like around the 8, right here.
Right there on the 9-yard line. Was he out of bounds?
Regardless.
Handoff. Breaking into the clear. Henderson. Touchdown, Ohio State. They're 3 for 3.
For the Bobcats, Humphrey in the backfield, bad snap. Malott picks it up off the bounce and got the 1st down. Stays on his feet. Tommy Malott. Oh my goodness. Just pure individual effort and talent and all of it.
Semifinal here in Bozeman, Montana, led by Tommy Malott.
He's played a lot of games on this field in his career. He's had a lot of great plays, not many quite like that.
He's looked sharp in this game, but so far on this drive, it's been the rushing attack. And here's Jaden Blue with room off the right edge. Inside the 20, turning on the Jets, into the end zone, touchdown.
They are taking in the action this afternoon. Johnson's able to buzz through. Amar Johnson off and running to the end zone. And the Jackrabbits in front for the first time in Fargo.
Johnson is extremely disciplined. He needs to get in trouble for this run because what he did was not okay. You're stiff-arming guys in the hole. You're running people over. Like that.
He'll keep it again right up the middle. He's got a 1st down. He's across midfield, still running. And brought down at the 30-yard line, and a flag comes in late. 29-yard run by Parker Navarro.
And they're up by 13. Adjusting pre-snap, and they bring heat. Green takes off.
Plenty of green grass for Garrett Green. GG's running wild. And he is in. Touchdown.
And it's a fake, and it's wide open. First down, and the ball came out at the end, but Navy's got it.
They hand it to him. Touchdown! Georgia SEC champions! As every dog digs really deep.
Eight of 9 and a touchdown. He hands it off on the opening play and a wide open seam for Sam Hicks. Hicks across the 40, down the sideline, one man to beat. Touchdown Abilene Christian, 90 yards.
But running the football with Scadaboo really has been paying dividends early.
Here is Scadaboo, and this is exactly what he does. How did he stay on balance there? Look at him go! Scadaboo inside the 30.
And you're pulling guys around, you're getting them into second level, you got DBs with an opportunity to make a tackle, and they just can't get him down. A miss, a run over, a run through, he stays on his feet, and then shedding those 15 extra pounds has helped his speed, and just refuses to...
Oh, he breaks that one to the 10, inside the 5.
After the number 6 Hurricanes lose to Syracuse.
Where does Notre Dame go to after a big win at USC? Look at this.
Big hole opens up. Montrell Johnson is gone. Touchdown, Florida.
And with the on-site crew here in Syracuse. So Miami gets it back, and Damian Martinez with a cut. Foot in the ground, and Martinez finally taken down past the 45.
Here's Hampton. Straight up the middle. Look out! Now it's a foot race. And I don't think 28's going to lose that foot race. Third and 2. Can the Tulsa defense get off the field? Up the gut, first down run, pulling through a tackle. Xavier Terrell, his second touchdown. On 3rd and 2, a 55-yard rocket.
Toughness from Terrell. He's just 5'8", 175, but watch him run through 2 tackles, get into the open field, and then he's gone from there with the speed. But he ran through 2 Golden Hurricane defenders to get into space and then finishes the run in the end zone.
Scadaboo, what patience. He squeezes through, he slides by. Scadaboo is free once again, and he wants to get into a body, and it's Genesis Smith, gain of 34.
They had 95 plays last week against Oklahoma State. They want to play.
Second down at 6. Brooks untouched into the secondary. Brooks, touchdown! Oh my goodness!
Hey, watch the inside zone here, right? It bounces one way. Brooks waits on it, shows a patience, tells the officials to get the heck out of the way, uses that free arm to balance himself, corrects downfield, a little head fake, right? Brooks Brothers, he's running in. It's a fit, a perfect fit.
First down, handoff up the middle. Frank Beeson breaking free. Big Frank Beeson heading to the end zone, diving for the pylon. Touchdown, middle. Frank the Tank to the rescue. And Frank the Tank would not be denied right there. As you can see, his quickness, his moves.
And then his jumping and diving ability, all on one play.
And when Haynes King is healthy and then he's running it, it's tough to deal with.
Haynes King is going to run it, and he's going to get free. Haynes King all the way out, close to the 40-yard line and out of bounds, and that saves them their timeout.
Start this year, that was against Western Kentucky. And they're going to hand it off on first down. And breaking it is Robichaux all the way to the 35-yard line, and that thing sings pretty easy for Grayson James.
And that's Terrell's first carry in over a month, and he certainly makes the most of it. Look at that guy fly out of the backfield.
Here comes the third down, and then we'll tell you what Sellers accomplished. 3rd down and 1, and it's Sanders ripping through the hole. One man might catch him. Touchdown! 52 yards.
Give us to Hampton. Big hole up the middle, still on his feet, inside the 20, bounces off a tackler and scores. Hampton on the carry, touchdown Carolina.
2nd down and 8 yards to go for the Trojans. Caldwell to Green. Green bounces it outside, far side, still on his feet. Can he go to the distance? Not quite. He made it all the way to the 1-yard line. Finally, Clev Lubin made the tackle.
He'll recover. And here is the handoff, and Hardy out in front of the defense. Ahmad Hardy will take it into the end zone.
80-yard score for the man we've talked about all afternoon, and he can break it in an instant, just like he did there. Wow.
Nothing down the field to Snow so far in this drive.
Henderson show and shake, second level.
See ya.
Al J. Henderson, touchdown Bulls.
First down, Teron Keith with a big hole. There he goes. Touchdown, South Florida. It is their 4th rushing touchdown.
2-down territory. I think if they don't get it, I still think you go for it this part of the field on 4th down.
Well, they hand it off to Taylor, the MEAC leading rusher, and Jamari Taylor, who bounces off the defender and into the end zone. The flex from Jamari Taylor, 36 yards out, and Central's on the board.
3rd quarter dominated by Jacksonville State. A chance to get off the field again. On 3rd and 5, Salter pumps, pressured from behind. He takes off and finally has a first down for Liberty. And Salter goes rolling across the 50-yard line. Biggest run of the night.
Tucker, right up the middle. Here he goes. Jay Tucker cuts it back. Sam Houston. Tucker scores. Touchdown, Bearcats. 40-yard run for the TD.
This was already the 2nd most penalized team in the country.
Cam Davis gets it and cuts back. Cam Davis across the 50. Rolling inside the Cougar 35. Hammered as he's dropped at the 26. That is by far the biggest run of the year for the redshirt junior Cam Davis. He gets 38.
Well, King out of that 10, but still doesn't look clean on his walk. Blitz is on.
Through! Scott! Shouldered down just north of the 30 by Ike Larson.
28 days between home games for the Wildcats. DJ Giddens around the left side, weaving his way through traffic, still on the move, racing into Kansas territory. The stutter step, he'll stay in bounds. Daniels effective on the ground early. The handoff to the edge and a first down and a lot more. There goes Morrison into the red zone. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Kansas.
Which helped break that up at the end. So 3rd down here for the Penguins.
Brungard
Standing in the pocket.
Oh, he's got room.
Room to step up.
He's got room.
Gets around the edge. Can he get down in? Cut back down to the end zone. Touchdown, YSU. Bo Brungard electrifying with the legs late in the second half, and the Penguins have a chance to regain the lead here before halftime.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak, let them look right at you.